Okay, it looks like we're live.
Yay!
Hello, freaking hello.
Yes, hello.
Happy Thursday.
Always good to be with Laci.
I love
She always
you.
lifts my spirits, helps me feel better.
Listen, I am here with the one, the only, the genius, the wizard herself, Amber Coleman from Guild Mortgage. My name is Laci Cerrone, and I am your Las Vegas gal, and we are here to talk to you about what the hell is going on with the Las Vegas housing market, the real estate market. I am stoked because, Amber, thank you, first of all, for the last week and a half. You've really done a good job of lifting my spirits when it comes to,
you're welcome.
bringing good news to the forefront, because there's a whole lot of naysayers out there, including people in my own freaking industry. I just found out yesterday that I have a friend who knows 5 or 6 realtors, and she went and called all of her realtor friends and said, what would I do right now if I wanted to buy right now? And 4 out of the 5 or 6, or I think it was 4 out of the 5 or 6, I was one of them, said, now's not the time to buy. And my head almost spun off my freaking neck.
But is she renting?
She's renting right now. That's the point.
What
kind of a friend is that telling you to keep renting? Now is the time to buy. And we're going to tell you why, and we're going to give you all the freaking good news during this update. So I'm not here to tell you June listing prices are this is the store, the amount of units on that. I'm not here to do a bunch of bullshit stats. We're here to talk to you one-to-one to let you know that if you've been thinking about buying a home and you maybe put those thoughts on hold, or we're in the market kind of starting to look to buy, and then you were like, this is too crazy, get me out of it. Now is your time, my friend.
It's your time.
Now is your time.
Let's
talk about why. So the reason that I think those naysayers, those other agents were telling my friend, get out, don't buy now, now's not the time to buy, is because they joined this industry during the sugar rush candy high of 2020, the pandemic. We were all chomping on sugar. Did you gain weight during the pandemic? I definitely gained a little bit of weight during the pandemic. Did you?
I gained a lot of weight during the pandemic. I'm trying to get this sugar off right now.
Sugar freaking high. Okay, we were on a infused
but I was on a different sugar high with that. But yeah, all kinds of different sugar highs.
Either way, so a lot of realtors who have only joined the industry in the last couple of years are not educated or really seasoned enough, and there's nothing wrong with this, but they're not seasoned enough to know we're in a normal market right now, baby. We're actually in a normal market.
We're going back to normal. Doesn't normal feel so good?
Hello.
It was so crazy.
What does a normal look like? What does normal market look like?
Normal looks like when you want to buy a house, you have choices out there.
Normal looks like when you're a seller, you sell it and you don't get it sold within 4 seconds.
Yes, and a buyer has choices. And when you go into a house, you don't have to just settle for the crap that they leave behind either, right? You can say, hey, you need to clean this before you leave.
Yes.
Hey, I might need that broken dishwasher fixed, that kind of stuff, right?
Yes.
Normal's beautiful.
So
let's go back to normal.
We're not normal yet. Okay, because we're not normal.
We're heading into normal.
Heading to normal.
We're not normal, but our market's still going back to normal.
So the reason that we are so excited about sharing this information with you is because it's been difficult for professionals like us who have seen the market run up and run down over the last several years. And we see people, we see the droves of people come to get in the industry. We see the droves of people come to take advantage of the gold rush of homes, right? Then we see everybody retreat when the news starts to tell them what to do. And we're here to tell you.
Why do we listen to the news?
This
kills me all the time. The news says anything, and we masses of people go run out and do what they say. It's it's propaganda, is it not?
We are sheeple, and we don't want you to be
We're not sheeple. We are not sheeple. We've been saying that forever, right?
Correct. So if you're watching this, we are here to answer your questions. We're going to run through a few things to share with you, some updates, and just get you excited if you've been thinking about moving to Vegas, because now's your time, my friend. So drop your questions in the comment box below. We're going to definitely answer those towards the end. So drop up some love, too, if you're loving our vibe and you're loving the good news that we're bringing, because we're not here trying to sell you houses. We're trying to help you invest in your future. And if you do it now or 10 years from now, we don't really care, but we want you to know that now's a really good time. Am I right?
You're right.
All right.
You're right. I love it.
Amber, can we talk a little bit about first-time home buyers and some of the cool ass programs that we've been announcing? I know we've done a few videos, so if you haven't been watching this last week, you've been missing out on some awesome videos that we did that talk about all kinds of really cool programs that are coming to light right now, just for people who are first-time home buyers or people who don't have a lot of cash that want to pretend like they're cash buyers or things like that. So, but let's talk about first-time home buyers in specific.
Well, first-time home buyers, where you need help most of the time as a first-time home buyer is with down payment, right? So there are programs out there that will help with down payment. Some of the grants started to go away, but then I'm seeing new ones.
And grants equal free money. Let me just make sure we're all talking about the same thing. Grant equals free money. Okay, so those started to go away, but we're now seeing them come back.
We're starting to see them come back, and different ones. And honestly, when we go through markets that are, because I mean, before the market, like during the sugar high, that was mostly people, not even a lot of first-time home buyers, because it was hard. You have to pay over appraised value, you have to do that. So first-time home buyers got kind of pushed out of the market. It's coming back right now. So the programs are coming back for you. The way that the market is shifting right now,
the inventory is coming back
for you. Yeah, it's the first-time home buyer market.
Awesome.
So
I love hearing that. I know we talk about a lot of free money programs. And what if you're a first-time home buyer and you don't need free money, but you want to be able to compete better? There's programs for you as well that are like a catfish loan program that makes you pretend like you're a cash buyer, but you're really not, right? So cash is still king, right? We all know that. It's like that in a bad market and a good market. Hedge funds have definitely come in and sucked up a lot of that lower price point inventory, but don't you worry, my friends, we're seeing more hit the market. So all of the things that we've been like over the last year as professionals, like we want to help everybody. We want to help someone who has billions of dollars and someone who has $4 in the bank. We want to help both of you, and we want to help you whether you bought a home or not. But it really became difficult and really hard for the heart.
It was hard, to be able to see people that want houses. I mean, that's what we do is we help people get houses to see you want them and you need them, because it sucks to rent, right? Your landlords are horrible.
Rents on the rise, all of that.
Rents are on the rise. Landlords are scared. They might want to sell. Then you're out on the street. You know, there's all those worries. And then the housing became so hard. So right now, to be able to see it to where yes, people can get back into houses again, right? Like,
so let me talk about that, because here's what we're seeing. There was an article that we read earlier today that said that we're seeing a lot more inventory hit the market right now, and inventory meaning more houses for you to choose from, right? A lot more hitting the market because there's sellers that are thinking, they're panicking, and they're thinking, I'm going to miss out on this big opportunity to sell my home and get 50,000 above list, or whatever that might be over the last year that we've seen. It's not because we're in a crash, right? It's absolutely not.
Everything's pointing against a crash.
Everything is pointing against a crash. What's happening, honestly, is that, you know, people have been sitting back waiting for their time. It's my favorite thing. And I just go, tell me more about your plan. When someone tells me I'm waiting for the market to crash before I buy, everything's going to come tumbling down. That's one side of it. And then sellers, well, my neighbor sold for 60,000 above. I think I can get 90. I'm going to wait a few more months and then see and sit. And I'm like,
so both sides.
So it's like both sides think they're going to wait for whatever the right timing is. I'm just here to tell you, now's your time. Okay. If you're looking to buy a house and you're thinking about buying a house, start the freaking process now, because as we see the prices start to come down, it's not because we're listing them lower. It's not because the values are lower.
Because sellers are greedy.
It's because sellers have been greedy and they got a little too much, let's just pretend like they took magic mushrooms at EDC and they were like, let's list our house for this. And they started seeing what their neighbor listed for and said, well, my house is better, I'm going to go here. Instead of being advised properly and saying, well, then why don't you list it for what they got? Because that's now what your home is worth. And let's see what buyers are going to demand for it. And they're going to decide what that actual price point is, that final price. So a lot of greed has hit the market. And so the prices coming down and the homes sitting longer is absolutely not to do with the fact that the values are coming down. The values are absolutely staying steady. It's that the sugar high and the magic mushrooms are wearing off. And we're now starting to realize, well, shit, my house has been on the market a month. I thought it was going to sell in 1 minute. I guess I need to adjust the price. I might have been overstepping my boundary.
But they're adjusting the price to what it's
worth, right?
So they were selling it for way over what it was worth. Now it's what it's worth. So that, I mean,
and why is that good news? Right? Why is that good news? Because if you're a first-time home buyer, if you're a fifth-time home buyer, if you're a buyer in general, you now can walk in and possibly offer what the house is listed for, or maybe right above it, and not have to worry about getting bid out by 19 other buyers that are going to make you go into your grandma's savings under the mattress to get the damn house, right? We don't want that for you. So yeah, we're seeing more inventory. Are we in a place where inventory is so abundant that everybody, you know, all the sellers are sitting there biting their nails? No, we're still in definitely a seller's market.
Like the sellers are still selling what, in a week?
They're still selling very quickly. But what I love is there's a little bit less competition. And you know why it's a good time? It's to not be a sheeple. It's because the sheeple have pulled back. Everything shrunk up like a cold pool jump. You know what I'm talking about, right? Everything went whoop like this. And a lot of people are just holding their bag. Now's your time to go, listen, inventory is coming up. Prices are leveling off, thank God. Things are slowing down a little bit, and there's less people to compete with.
And it's back to
homes.
Normal. Yes. I mean, you can't go from like the craziest thing we've ever seen in our lifetimes, but actually in history, we've never seen anything crazy. like that housing inventory to a crash. Like we have to go back to like
we're balancing out, my
like
friends.
we got to balance somewhere, and that's where we're heading to.
So quick reminder, if you have questions about loans, about the programs we're talking about the market, about this adorable outfit I'm wearing, I mean, anything and everything you want to ask.
Like silky?
It is.
Oh, yeah.
I got it from a local boutique. I will tell you who it is in a minute. But with anything you want to ask us, let us know. That's why we're here. That's why we come on live every single week. If you're not already doing so, please subscribe to Amber's channel as well. She's in the description below, as well as a link and a phone number and an email to where you can reach out to us, and we will work one-on-one with you for your specific needs. Please let the experts help you. I know your uncle thinks because he got his real estate license last year, that he's an expert. He's not an effing expert. I love your uncle. He's probably rad. Maybe we can have a cocktail with him when you come in town and finally move here, but he's not the expert. Okay. Please. And I know you think your aunt who lives in Florida is an expert on real estate, and that applies to Las Vegas too. It doesn't fucking apply. Okay. Please come to us. And yes, I'm dropping the F-bomb because I'm frustrated at what the things are happening around the nation.
I love it.
I'm going to keep dropping it. I'll cuss as much as you want me to, but, so let's talk a little bit more about some of the things that you're seeing, so that people can kind of be aware of what they're walking into with the lending process. Okay. So like basics, right? What if I'm thinking about buying and I put that plan away last year? What do I need to do to re-up my process and start over again?
Well, first you got to contact me.
Wait a minute. Yes. And how do they do that, Amber? The information's in the description below.
We're going to put all the information below for you. So you can contact me. I'm going to send you over links so you can fill out an application.
Yes.
Once I get your application, it's going to give me all the things that I need to be able to see what your debt ratio is, what your credit is, what your employment is. All of the stuff that we're going to need to be able to see to be able to get you qualified.
Now, what if they already qualified with you? Let's say they decided, screw this, I'm throwing in the towel.
Yeah,
what do they do?
Then let's just re-up it. So
right.
I still have you in the system. If you've already filled out the application, we just need to make sure your job's still the same, your income's still the same, figure out your game plan. Like if you're moving from somewhere else to come here, if you're already here, whatever that game plan is, let's just talk again so we can refresh everything and then get you going again.
So I don't want those who threw in the towel last year to worry that they have to start all the way over. You don't, my friends. We're making it easy. For those who are just now starting it, they submit an application. You guys have a conversation. The best thing you can do is just have a freaking conversation with this amazing woman. She's going to customize and tailor this process to your needs. But you have a conversation, you run through numbers, and we don't sit here and say, okay, you're qualified for $1 million or $800,000. That means you're spending it. No, she says, what are you comfortable with? What do you want to spend? Where do we want to go? Am I right?
Yeah, because remember, you're going to be the one living in this house forever, right? This is the process we're going through to get you into it, but you're going to be the one paying the payment. So even though you might make more and you can qualify for more, you might not want to spend all that. So it's a matter of what are you comfortable with in a payment, and then we'll work out how much you qualify for based around that.
Yep.
And if you can go higher than that, great. If you can't, then, we stay there. So.
And the reason I asked that question is because so many people get pre-qualified, and of course we want to buy the biggest, best house we can get, right? But so many people get pre-qualified. They start to look at the process of, well, she said I'm qualified for 500, so that's great, but now the interest rates have changed, so I guess I can't qualify for 500, so screw this, I'm leaving. Listen, honey,
don't quit.
Stop.
There's always a way. Let's make it work.
The interest rate is not what we're selling to you here. We're selling to you the opportunity to build wealth starting today, rather than waiting 5 years from now when it's going to be double or triple or quadruple, whatever the prices might be, right? So we're trying to help you understand that just a small change in that interest rate might make a change in what you're buying and what your buying power looks like, but it doesn't mean you're out of the game, and it doesn't mean you can't buy something rad. We just have to dig in and figure out what adjustments need to be made in the search process. It's very simple. I'm sorry, I'm yelling. I feel like I'm yelling at everybody today.
I love your passion. The passion is good. I needed the passion.
It's been so frustrating seeing,
because we're seeing stuff. I mean, to be honest with you, the way that I look at it too is being a renter is almost like joining a communist party. I know that sounds horrible, but like I feel like it because you don't own your own life, right? You don't know when you're going to have to move out of that place, because you don't know when your landlord's going to decide to sell, or when they're going to decide to up your rent because they want more money, and they can because there's a lack of it on there. You got to own your own life. Yeah. And the only way to do that is to buy a house.
Or an apartment,
go up
or
and down.
condo,
People, buy when they can, refinance when they can. You know, you own your own life, but then in the end, when you want to be able to retire, you have a house that you have the ability to pay cash for by the time you make it there, right? You can't do that if you're a consistent renter.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I keep thinking about this market. I hate to go like all the way to like Communist Party, but
why not?
that's kind of how
that's
kind of how I feel, right? Is like, hey, to be a renter is not in a cool place. You don't have that security that you're going to need to make
be a renter, right?
It's not cool to be.
And
a
listen,
renter.
we're not wanting you to be sheeple, but we definitely want you to be cool. And cool is definitely owning your own life.
Yes.
You know, you said something last week, Amber, that really hit home for me and my team. You know, our team, you know, as realtors and lenders in this industry, only the strong are going to survive these types of swings in the market. And what we love and we know is we've been through this a couple times. So this is normal. Things go up, things go down, things go back up. You know what they never do? They never stay down. Never, ever. They never, ever, ever, ever stay down, right? So especially in a market and an industry where people always need a place to live. Home is a necessity. Right? Just like insurance, you have to have insurance. Just like, you know, all the things that, you know, unfortunately, and I mean car insurance, because we know we don't all have health insurance, but the car insurance, you have a car, you better get insurance or you're in trouble.
What kind of insurance are we talking about?
Right. Yeah. So with all that being said, you know, we're really passionate about the fact that now is the shift that is in a good place for buyers. Okay. It's you're being given a gift right now. So please don't focus on the rates are high. The rates are not high, by the way. They're still lower.
The rates are normal. Like, so remember, sugar high was COVID, right? We were all given all kinds of free money.
Dentists were real busy during COVID. Let me just tell you.
They are now. I mean, I know I've had to make a few, you know, trips to the dentist, but like, so in the sugar high part of COVID, we were all given so much free money included in housing.
Yes.
When could you ever buy with that kind of rate? Never in history.
Right.
So right now we've returned back to
stop
normal.
having FOMO, okay? Because that's over.
It's normal now. These rates are normal. The housing market.
And they're great. Yeah.
It's getting to the point where you can get a house without having to pay so many, like pay over appraised value, have to fight like that. So that's a normal market. We can't be used to like the craziness that we've never seen before. We can't make that a new norm.
Listen, I have a pretty crazy life. Most people tell me that I wear them out because they see me on Instagram and on YouTube running around to all these different places. And listen, that crazy life,
amazing.
That's an amazing life. A crazy life is what we've experienced. To your point, people are out of nowhere just, you know, feasting on amazing lower priced homes that we would love to see first time home buyers get into, and people who've never owned a home have the opportunity to actually live that dream out in front of our eyes. We're seeing hedge funds come in. I mean, everyone came in and just like piranha, just shoot us up, right? Thank goodness we're healing. Those wounds are closing up. We're still in the water. We're still here to help you out, but we definitely don't want you looking at the negativity and focusing on rate. We want you to look at the fact that we have almost guaranteed upswing, because at the end of the day, that we don't have enough inventory to satisfy the needs of the buyers coming in. So there's still definitely a seller's market, but there's not enough inventory. So while there's low inventory, while there's a normalizing market, you can become a buyer too. And this is an opportunity for you to start that life, live that dream, and be able to start to build your wealth and take ownership over your freaking life. Like, who wants that landlord with their thumb on your
head? Amen, sister. I hear it.
I mean, are we preaching
Let's
today?
do it.
Where's the gospel music?
I'm loving
it. So
we
funny.
Should have a
gospel
gospel
freaking gospel crew coming behind us. Coming in. Okay, I've definitely lost my mind. So I'm going to swing down here and go to the comments here in a moment. Before I do that, let me just give you a very quick snapshot. We're not all about the stats and all about the BS here, but I do want to give you some information just so you have some sort of an idea.
This is good information. Yeah, okay. I like it.
As of April, because I don't have any new updated information just yet. As of April, the median home price for single family homes, so this is homes, not condos and townhomes, just homes, is $475. Yes, we are up year over year. That's awesome news for sellers, and frankly, it's awesome news for the city. $475 is the median home price. Can you buy a house in California, New York for $475? Didn't think so. Okay.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to condos, townhomes, and some of the smaller units, some of the more, housing that's just set up differently, $275 is our median price. What did I say? 275? Is there 2 in front of that number? Yes, 275 is our median home price of the units that were sold through April 2022. Those are great numbers. They're not scary numbers. I'm stoked about it. So I want to make sure you guys are too. And then as of literally this moment, I'm going to pull it up right now so we can see. As of this moment in time, there are 4,823 homes available in all of Las Vegas. That's townhomes, that's condos, and that's single family homes. All wonderful news. That's double double what we had, I think, a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, which means we're moving back to a normalized market.
Yay.
What we want to have, a balanced market, is like 6 to 7 months worth of inventory. We're now at about 2 months worth of inventory. So we're inching our way back to normality.
That's music to my ears, to be honest with you, because
right
I felt so bad for the poor first-time home buyers. I'm like, I know. These are the people that need to get in houses, and you watch investors buying everything up, everything up.
Investors have, maybe tapped their, I don't know if they tapped their bags. I don't know. I don't care. The increase in inventory is going to give you a fighting chance. And that's what we're here to tell you. So if you threw in the towel last year, or even just gave away the dream altogether, but didn't even start the process, please, for the love of God, just click the link in the description, or phone us, or text us, or email us. Let us start that process with you. Now, if you threw in the bag and you were in it and you got literally chewed up and spit out because you wrote 93 offers and got none of them accepted, I'm sorry. Reach back out to us. Let's start this process over. Let's get some new energy behind it, and let's see what we can do to help you get into a home. What do you think?
I love it.
All right, let's answer some questions. Oh, I love you guys so much. Okay. Got a couple people tuning in. Sammy Bowen, good morning, ladies. Hope you both have an amazing holiday weekend. Thank you, Sammy. We love you so much. Hi, Nicole. Thanks for saying hi. Hey, the mate 01. Look at all these people saying hi. Aussie expat saying hi to us. Hello, we love you too. Let's see. He says, or she, I don't know if Aussie expat is a guy or a girl, actually. That would be a good thing to know. We love you either way. Is it less buyers looking, or just the effect of slightly more inventory? It's a little bit of both, kind of, as I was saying. We definitely are seeing less buyers on the market because there are a lot of people who watch one news story and say, that's it, I'm out, right? There's a lot of people who listen to the wrong experts, if you ask my opinion. And then definitely the increase in inventory is going to also then help balance it out. The inventory increase hasn't helped in that way just yet. It's definitely giving more choices, but I think we need another 1,000 or 2 available. So we need to get to like 5,000 or 6,000 homes available to really feel like the inventory is at a more balanced place. But really, right now, it's the buyers pulling out. Yeah.
I like how you said how they're listening to the wrong experts.
Yes.
Whoever thought that the news was experts on housing?
I mean, can I help you?
Really? Like that? Like that just stuck out in my head. Wrong experts. Yes. Listen to the experts that do it for a living.
I love that. Jay Mars wants me to cuss more. All right, girl. I got you. This is Vegas. F-bombs are welcome. I know. And if you guys hung out with me off camera, you know that it's like a comma. I use it like a comma, unfortunately. I definitely talk like a trucker. Let's see. We've got Shot says, I'm moving back west. Has Vegas figured out decent pizza yet? Great question. We have, actually. We've gotten.
What are your favorite pizza places?
Okay, so I'm gluten-free, which sucks. If I want to use the restroom on a regular basis, I have to be gluten-free, which really sucks for me. But I do know that there's been some really awesome new pizza joints that have been opening. There's one downtown. Well, we have the great ones downtown that are like Slice, LV. We've got what's the guy that Evil Pie is awesome. But then I think there's a couple that are off the strip. There's Monzu pizza.
I've never been to any of these.
Oh my God, it's so good. The dough is so good. So yes, we have pizza figured out. I'm actually doing a video about pizza around town. And I'm trying to find the ones that'll do me a better dough so I can eat it. But I'm taking friends who can actually eat it to tell me if it's any good. So stay tuned for that video. And actually, in about 4 minutes, there's going to be a video coming out on my channel that is about 14 awesome vintage shops that you should check out. So along with your pizza, walk in with pizza, buy some vintage stuff. So good question. Thank you so much for asking. Pizza's coming soon to this channel. Okay. Did you have fun at EDC? Saw some crazy bar tabs on Twitter. Yes, I did too. I saw a friend actually of mine spent over $100,000 at EDC. I had a great time.
Really?
Yeah, this is my second EDC.
What do you spend $100,000
They get like bottle service, and then they have like the bottle girls come out who look like they want to kill themselves with like the sparklers to help celebrate your moment. And then a lot of people are seeing the receipts, and one of the receipts that I saw, the biggest one I saw, was $277,000. Yeah. I mean, you're in the VIP section, you got to go large, right?
Yeah.
A friend of mine spent about $100,000.
Go, girl.
I was not VIP. I go GA, baby. I go GA. Actually, I go GA plus because I like the air-conditioned bathrooms, okay? But GA, and I did have a great time. I did. If you guys haven't been to EDC, I highly recommend it. If you're willing to put up with what you have to do to get there. But once you're there, it's like electric sky amazingness.
Oh,
it's awesome. And you'll see me there. I was pretty much half naked walking around having a great old time.
Why would you wouldn't want to go see that?
I mean, hello. Shot Margarino's is good New York style. Somebody's giving a pizza recommendation. Pretty sure I've been there.
Oh, okay. Love it.
Oh, I love that there's all this back and forth. I freaking love when you guys get back and forth with each other in the comments. It makes me so happy because it feels like we're building a little bit of a community here. So let's see here. Right. Oh my gosh, you guys are totally learning the hard way. Okay, first-time home buyers here, but don't even know that what the process is or where to start. Hi, Carlos. First of all, thank you for joining. I hope you're still watching, and if not, I hope you rewatch this. Let's talk about what the first-time home buyers need to do to get started. What do they need to do first, Amber?
First, we're gonna want to get you pre-qualified.
Wait, before they even do that, what do they need to do?
Click
the link below.
I wasn't sure if there was still a link, so I had to make sure.
There's a link, there's a phone number, and there's an email. You can text us, you can call us, you can click the link, we'll set up a call. Click the link, we will have a first conversation with you to just get the basics on what you're trying to do. Then we pass you over to Miss Thang here, and then what do you do?
And then we're going to have a conversation so we can kind of talk about what your needs are, what you're looking for. I'm going to have you fill out the loan application. Once you do that, I'm going to call you back. We're going to go over numbers.
While she's going over numbers, I want you to know this is a judge-free zone. We do not judge you. We don't care about your credit. We don't care about your income. We don't care about your debt. We just want to look at it so we know how to assess it.
Our job is to just help you see possibilities. Yes. So like if there's something that you think maybe going to be a problem, then I'll look at it and say, well, here's what you could do to fix that. So you know, like we'll talk about how to get you there.
Yes. So once you guys talk through numbers and we get to a place to where she feels like, okay, here's what I can qualify you for. Here's what that payment's going to look like. Are we comfortable? Everything's great. She passes you back to us. It's a lot of passing back and forth, but it's the best experience ever. It's like a dance. It's like EDC. We like, we start talking about setting you up for searches. So we have a number that we're working with for budget. We set up an email drip campaign that really justifies what kind of lifestyle you're trying to live, how many bedrooms, you know, all the little things that you definitely want in your home. We're going to advise you on areas based on what lifestyle you're trying to live. And then we're going to set those up and we're going to start the process going back and forth of communicating. Hey, I saw one yesterday I really liked. If you don't live here, we will go out there and film videos of these homes for you and send them to you.
And they're amazing at their videos.
We're very good at, I mean, look at what we're doing right now. Come on, you're watching my channel. You know I'm good at video. Okay. So we go out, we do videos on site for you. We talk you through the home. We do a showing. If you love it and you want to make an offer while you're far away, we can walk you through that process. We would love for you, though, to work out a time and a place for you to get used to what's coming on the market and what you're seeing so you know what to expect. Start favoriting the ones that you're digging. Have open conversation with our team, or whoever you're assigned to, me or whatever the agent is that you're working with, about love this one, hate this one, here's why, you know, all of that. But then really, we'd love to have you come out to Vegas and spend a few days with us to really do a full-fledged shopping trip.
And you can do that again. That's the other beautiful thing.
You can do those multiple times.
About normal market. They couldn't do that before. You had to move so fast.
People before could not even come and see the home. In fact, we had a home closed yesterday that the people had not even seen the home in person. They went and saw the home in person, and thank goodness they loved it. But oh my God, you know how freaking nerve-wracking that is? We're literally the day you're signing, about to hand keys, and I'm so over here going, please God, tell me that the kitchen's big enough. I measured it 8 times, but I don't know if they really know what this by this means. You know what I mean? So it's really cool that we're getting back into that normalized community of spending and shopping, because it gives us a chance to actually give you the personalized experience that we want to give you. So Carlos, thank you for asking that question. I hope that answered for you. That was basically the process for everyone. But if you've never done this before, it's really start with the link in the description, or start with by phone calling, whatever, texting, whatever, connect with us. We connect you to Amber. You guys work out the details. You come back to us, and then the party really starts. So
let's get that party started.
We got it. EDC style, baby. $277,000 sparklers, girls in wearing nothing. This is do Vegas style. Okay, Vegas style. Thank you, Carlos. Oscar Love says the experts are all kind, strongly suggesting a recession is coming. What will that do for pricing? We're in a recession, guys. I hate to break it to you, but we're basically in a recession. But Oscar's asking, what is that going to do for prices?
Typically, when recessions happen, so everybody's remembering 2008 and saying, recession.
Right.
Remember, 2008 was the mortgage meltdown because of all the crazy financing, and then caused a recession.
Right.
Usually recessions, like if you go back in history and look at recessions, housing does very well during recessions. And interest rates go down. That's why it does well. Because
it surges more buyers.
Yeah, what the feds are doing right now to raise the rates to calm inflation, they have to do the opposite to stop the recession.
That's a great point.
Then
I'm glad you asked that
question. We get lower rates. So
it's good for housing, good for the sellers, but also it's good for buyers as well, because those interest rates sometimes slip downward. So it's good. So now's the time to get involved, right? Because when that stuff starts happening, you're going to be in the market already.
Yeah.
Good question.
Well, and how great it would be to buy a house, you know, and then when it does happen, interest rates slip, then you refinance.
Yeah, then you get to refinance and save more money. Exactly.
So either way, if you look at the interest rates, they're always doing this. Yes. Always doing this.
Yes.
And depending on what the market's doing, we're in a crazy world. If they're talking about recession, that means we're going to see lower rates at some point.
So not that we're urging and excited about this recession, but it's the reality of what we're dealing with. So let's deal with it.
Yeah.
Carlos said he was still watching. I'm so grateful. Carlos, we'd love to hear from you today. So call, text us, email us, whatever you want to do. We're here. Let's go. Let's get this party started. You know, EDC style. G-Funk says, unemployment during COVID stopped the process for me. I was talking with you guys just as I started working again, hoping it will become good enough to become a first-time home buyer here in Las Vegas soon. G-Funk, first of all, love your freaking name. Oh my God, hello. G-Funk, listen, don't be afraid to reach out like today. And even if you're just starting the process of working again, because if your stuff and ducks are in if your ducks are in a row, when you're ready to start shopping, it's going to make it so much easier to strike while the iron's hot, right? And those rates or whatever happens, it's good stuff. Janice Farmer says, hey, Laci and Amber. Hey, Janice.
Hey, girl.
Janice, we should wave to you because you live just across the street here.
Yeah, isn't she just
She's
right
just
over
right
there?
over there across the way. We're in downtown Summerlin, if you're wondering where we're sitting. Hey, Janice. And Carlos says, thank you. Aussie Xpand says, I spent my deposit money on luxury watches. I spent my deposit money at EDC, so that's my problem. Robert Hansman says, what is the 30-year fixed rate today?
I mean, honestly, it depends.
Depends on your income, your debt, all of that.
But what I can say, yeah, it depends on your credit scores, the type of loan you're doing, the down payment you're doing. Like, there's a lot of different factors on it. But what I can say is rates this week, because of all that's on the news, rates this week are actually doing better than they were before. So I've been seeing things going down a little bit, which is honestly like the greatest breath of fresh air out there, that we can see rates going down.
And let me just be very straight with you guys. We legally cannot quote rates on a video to you because it absolutely depends on your specific experience, right? Legally, it's going to get us in trouble. So we're not going to sit here and say today's 4.7, and because that's just not going to put us in a good light. And it's definitely going to get you expecting something that might even be worse for you versus better, right? So we really have to look at your credit. We have to look at your debt. We have to all those things play a part. I don't even know what all of it is because I don't do this. She does this. I don't do math. So
but I appreciate you saying that disclaimer.
No, I just need you guys to know there's things, but because of what we're licensed to do, we cannot do, and we also want to protect ourselves from having somebody say, "You said on that video." Listen,
that was 5 years old.
That's 5 years old. Do you know that I had someone watch a video yesterday that was, I think, 5 years old. It was a 5-year video, 5 years ago, and I was talking about how traffic's amazing and it only takes you this long to get from this thing to this thing. And they literally commented and then sent me a nasty email saying, "You're lying in your videos. I drove that yesterday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and it took me 17 minutes instead of 15 minutes. And I was like, first of all, what? Secondly, honey, it's been 5 years. Things have gotten a little different. And I'm sorry it took you 2 additional effing minutes. Maybe I drove it at the different time.
I'm so glad you came in here with so much energy because people are stressed right now.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now.
They're going to get mad over the 2 minutes.
People are getting mean. Yeah, please don't be mean.
Let's be nice. Let's be nice. Damn. Let's make a little unity of nice people all around us, okay?
Anyway. If you can't tell, we're serious about this, guys. We put a shit ton of videos out over the last week talking about loan programs, free money, because we want you to get your shit in a row so you can buy a house right when you're ready to buy a house. I don't care if it's a year from now or 5 years from now. Call us today. Let the true experts, this one and this one, talk to you about what the hell's happening here. Not your auntie in Florida, not your brother who thinks he's going to get his real estate license and read something online and watched a video. Love them both. And frankly, if you have somebody who is an expert here, just check their vibe, right? If someone right now is not giving you positivity about what's going on, then they're lying to you, because there's nothing but positive things happening for people who want to buy a home right now. Would you agree?
I would totally agree. Yeah.
Done. Okay. We're going to wrap this up.
Amen, sisters.
Amen,
for
Laci.
I'm
getting a lot of amen.
I love it.
I am not.
I'm like, let me just back up and let Laci talk right now.
I'm so sorry. It'll be with you.
You're pretty amazing.
Thank you. So Robert, thank you for that question about the rate. G-Funk says, guaranteed to be with you girls. You both are amazing. Thank you.
Thanks, G-Funk.
When I do buy my first home. Carlos says, I know it's a stretch, but how long is the wait from starting process to having keys in your hand? A month to complete, or a couple of months, especially for us who are renting. Timing is everything for lease renewals. Carlos, what an amazing question to ask. Dude, you're bringing the heat for me.
Yes, Carlos.
Here's the deal. So let's say we put an offer on a home today. They accept the offer. Everybody's excited. Woo! We go into escrow tomorrow. It's about 30 days from that day till the time you get your damn keys. So that's how you need to time it. Now, what it does include, what that does not include, is if you're looking at a lease renewal maybe 5-6 months from now, you should probably start shopping today. We can always ask for a little longer of a closing. We can always kind of nudge the process if need be and make exceptions. And you can sometimes get out of that lease a little bit early. But start looking now. You need to take into account probably 60 to 90 days of searching for the right home. And I only say that because if you don't live here, you definitely might need to do a trip or two. You might need to figure that out. And then if you do live here and you're looking at getting out of your lease in the next 60 to 90 days, you need to be talking to us today. The process of getting pre-approved, getting this listing set up, talking to us, going out, meeting, getting to know each other, that takes a little bit of time. And we don't like just jumping in feet first. We want to make sure that we're easing into it to make you feel comfortable. So Amazing question. Thank
yes,
you, Carlos.
thank you, Carlos.
All right, let's see what else we got here. Ladies, quick question. I know you guys hate renting, but what do you think about renting for yourself, but buying an income property to rent out for extra income? Girl, I'm about it. Whatever you want to do, I'm down. Whatever.
And it depends on where you're living,
Yeah.
though. Like if you're living somewhere right now
that like gives you amenities and yeah.
Well, like say you're living out of state and it's really hard to buy because prices are so high and stuff like that. But then you're still getting in and buying something where you can rent it out and have a house for the future or something. Then it kind of, I think it just depends on your personal preferences.
Sometimes you can buy too, and these are a little bit less likely now because there's not as many of them in Vegas, but sometimes there's like fourplexes. You can buy a fourplex.
I know, I keep seeing those. Yeah. People keep calling me on those. So I wish there was more.
Buy a fourplex. You can get an FHA loan even if you wanted to. If you live in a unit, you can rent the other 3 units out and you're not paying a mortgage at all. They're paying it for you, right? And you're making money. So lots of different ways to slice that cat. But yeah, if you're living in a high rise and you love the amenities, but you can't afford to buy the high rise, but you definitely have enough money to go buy an investment property down the street that you can rent out, hell to the yes, you should do it. You should just invest. That's what we want you to do. It's not necessarily about your home. It's about you getting your hands into what's going on in this market and making money so that you can maybe buy your home through that process. Good question.
Great question. Great question.
Love it. Okay. Live Nicole. I love that. That's cute. Rico Suave. Is this the real Rico Suave? I mean, because I used to listen to your music back in the day. What was that guy's name? Gerardo or Ricardo?
I don't remember, but
Suave.
Yeah.
You know the song? Okay.
I don't know if I remember.
You don't remember that song? The guy was sexy AF. Anyway, okay.
I probably would if I saw it.
Rico Suave, send me a photo. With high mortgage rates and inflation, do you see the Las Vegas housing market cooling down? Hoping to buy a property there soon. Rico, you must have just tuned in. We just did a whole song and dance about that, but I'll give you the nuts and the bolts of it. It's already happening. Now's the time to buy. That's it. End of story. Thank you. Good night. Yes, actually, so high mortgage rates aren't really high. We just want to correct you in that thinking. We talked a lot about on this video, and I can let you jump in on this, that these are normal rates. These are good normal rates, and they're actually on the downswing.
How everybody's like, rates are so high.
They're not high.
Rates were really low during COVID, lower than any other time ever in history. We've never seen rates that low. Yeah. Rates are back to normal now.
And they're still good. And
COVID
they still
is over. We're not in a pandemic anymore. So now we're back to normal.
No more sugar high.
Normal.
So high rates, I'm going to correct you, but inflation definitely is happening. There's been a lot of outbidding, but the market's already cooling down, and not cooling down in a decrease in value, cooling down in the mushrooms that people took when they decided to list their home for $90,000 over what it's actually effing worth. And now they're sitting on a home that nobody wants to buy, and they have to come back to normal. So we're not seeing less in value. We're just seeing less in the effects of magic mushrooms.
I love Laci.
I've never taken mushrooms, but I think that's what they do, right?
When you're talking about something, she comes up with catfish. She comes up with mushrooms.
A lot of analogies. Is that what,
but you make it make sense. I love how you make it make sense.
Who's taking mushrooms? But comment below. Isn't that what it does? It kind of puts you into this like altered state.
You're right. We have been in altered state probably the last 2 years. Mushroom sounds good, huh? We might go back to that altered state.
Oh my God. World. I am still on the EDC kick, and I saw a lot of people on magic mushrooms there. It was very interesting to watch. They're like, the ground is moving. I was like, this is weird. This is so fun. Anyway, okay, awesome. Carlos says, thank you. Appreciate the answers. I do live in the area. Nerve-wrenching, but excited for this process. Gracias.
Oh, we got you, Carlos.
We got you, my love. We got you. All right, let's wrap this up with, let's see. My word of the day today is
mushrooms.
Mushrooms. What's your word of the day? I should probably try them at some point in time just to see. I probably shouldn't say that on video.
We're just going to stay with mushrooms.
I've never done that before.
I'm going to have to get some lunch with mushrooms. I don't know.
Are they magic, though, is really the question.
We're going to make them magic, right?
So really the word of the day is hope, and it's possible. There's 2 or 3 words for you there. It's possible. Now's your time. Please, 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 if you threw in the towel, if you gave up hope, if you really think we're bullshitting you, call me, test me. I promise you we're not. Amen, sister. Done. Yeah. Goodbye, have a good day. I gotta go eat magic mushrooms.
Yeah, right? Amen, sister. You're totally right. You're totally right. We're not bullshitting. We see all the stats. Yeah. We're getting them all the time. Like we're watching.
That's what we do for a freaking living.
What's being said, and we're like, what are they talking about? What are they talking about? Yeah. Like when did this all happen? Yeah. Because I'm not seeing it on anything. Yeah. So don't be the sheeple.
Yeah, please don't be a sheeple. We love you.
Let's get you out of your rental.
Whether you're here already, we love you already. Whether you're coming here, we love you anyway. And when you get here, we'll love you more. Just let's get this party started, guys. It's really not that hard. It's really not that difficult. I know it can be nerve-wracking to share all your personal data with someone. It's the most trustworthy human being on the planet. I don't even know your numbers when you guys talk. She's not allowed to tell me. So bottom line is, it's a non-judgment zone, no judgment zone. And we are ready, and we're ready to be behind you and to fight the good fight and get you a freaking house. And there are more and more homes hitting the market every single effing day. And now's your time. Now's your time before the sheeple come back online and decide that it's their time.
Before they realize it, because then it's going to go crazy again. They're going to realize, oh crap, I was wrong.
Mark my words. So thank you for joining us. Again, if you want to get in touch with Amber and there's some information in the description below. There's a text. You can call us. You can email us. There's a link you can click and you can fill out some questions. We'll call you.
Whatever works for you.
Whatever you want, do it. You also please should be following Amber and I both on Instagram. She does some really cute reels. I'm posting me half naked at EDC if you want to check that out, and dancing, and we have a lot of fun. And then Amber also has a YouTube channel. Please go subscribe.
Yes,
it's also in the description below. We have an amazing team of people that work both with Amber and I on both sides of this to create a gorgeous, beautiful rainbow-like experience. And it's not because we're taking mushrooms. Okay, with all that being said, I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much.
Bye.
And we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.